Derek and Kwan were separated. Kwan was living in a restaurant, and Philip was still coming. Remember we mentioned Philip? Philip was a regular customer of Kwan's. He'd been coming to see her for quite a while. Now, Philip was quite a switched on guy. He had his own, he had a small garage. He used to repair vehicles. Had a guy, an apprentice working for him, a young guy. He was making good money. Only a small garage, but as I say, it was Philip's garage. Now, Philip had been married. He had children from a previous marriage. His wife had, they'd separated. She'd moved out. She took the children with her. I don't know what happened to her. Anyway, Philip really liked Kwan. He wasn't really bothered that what she'd been doing in the past, but he didn't like the thought. You know, he'd gone and he was visiting her more and more and more. And when he originally started going there, you know, he was only going for his self-satisfaction. He wasn't bothered what she was doing when he wasn't there. But as he became closer and closer to Kwan, he got to the point where he thought, oh, I don't like this. You know, when I'm not there, she's doing things with other guys and I don't like it. So he asked Kwan if she would meet him for lunch one day. Kwan agreed. And he kind of said to her, he said, look, Kwan, you know, you like me, I think. I like you. I've got my own business. I've got my own house. I can give you a much bigger budget than Derek gave you, because she'd already mentioned what the situation was with Derek. He said, I'd like you to finish at the restaurant, move in with me. I've got my own house. It's just about paid for. I've got a nice car on finance. I've got my garage. You can carry on seeing your friends, but I don't want you working there. If you hook up with me, if you move in with me, I don't want you working that restaurant. Kwan was always looking for new opportunities. You know what the girls are like from Bangkok, the bar girls, they never miss a trick. So she thought, yeah, why not? Why not give it a go? I'll move in with Philip. And she did. Now, I don't know what happened after that. So as far as we're concerned for this story, that's the end as far as it goes for Kwan. The only other thing I can tell you is she wasn't really particularly interested in taking the daughter she'd had with Derek. She wasn't really interested. It's really strange because women in the UK, you know, when they separate from men, divorce from men, if they've got children, they fight tooth and nail to get custody of those children. You know, they just don't want to lose their children. It's a little bit different with some Thai bar girls. You know, I can't give you a reason why. I'll just say when she moved in with Philip, she wasn't bothered about seeing her daughter, well, living with a daughter. Maybe she went to visit her, I don't know. So that was it. You know, Kwan, at this stage, she was knocking on 44's door. She'd had a baby girl, with a beautiful baby girl actually, with Derek. And she moved in with Philip. I don't know if the relationship lasted. If I had to guess, I'd say no. Because what normally happens with these ex-bar girls, when they're onto a good thing, one of several things happens. Either they, once they've moved in, they clean the guy out of his money. You know, they get access to his bank accounts. They start slowly siphoning off his money. They get greedy. The guy finds out. He ends a relationship. That's one thing that happens. Another thing that happens is they get bored of the guy they're living with. They take a lover. They have an affair. The man she's living with finds out, chucks her out. She'll move in with her new lover. That'll last for a while, and then she'll move on to the next one. So generally it doesn't last. So from this point on, guys, for this story, I'll just say that's the end as far as